Hello, everybody, and welcome to a cup of self-empowerment to trust, heal, and be thyself. I'm absolutely delighted to welcome a very special lady to our cuppa today, who's joined us from America. And yeah, Annette Hemminger, thank you so much for joining us today. And Annette and I, we met back, when was it? Probably 2 years ago now, isn't it? And
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So Annette is a very, very special lady, and she's got so much wisdom to share with us all today. So I'm sure you're going to love this cup as much as I'm going to. And for those of you who don't know Annette, I like to give a little bit of background knowledge so you know who she is. And yeah, Annette has a variety of medical experience, as well as being a registered nurse. She's a licensed massage therapist, a Reiki master, a certified energy practitioner, a certified Chakradance felicitator, a certified Metatron color healing method health coach, and a certified Akashic records reader. Annette combines her knowledge of anatomy and physiology, I can't speak today, I'm very sorry, of the physical body with her intuitive perceptions to create a unique experience of massage for each client. She creates a sense of well-being by utilizing massage therapy and energy medicine. She connects intuitively with each person she encounters and facilitates an alignment of body, mind, and spirit. She works one-to-one and in groups using many of her professional modalities. Chakradance is her favorite, and she's currently taking advanced training and will be offering on this fall an online opportunity to be part of this Chakradance. It sounds absolutely awesome. Yeah, so welcome, Annette, welcome.
Thank you.
It's
awesome to be here.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm tumbling over my words today. I don't know what's going on there. I'm obviously too excited. So, Annette, how did you start your journey on trusting thyself?
I think it started early. As a nurse, we learn to rely on our intuitive abilities. You walk in a room and you know something's wrong, but yet intuitively, the art of nursing, you kind of call forth your intuitiveness, and then you run down your checklist, symptoms and all the objective things in medicine. So that's really when it started. And then being a mom of 5.
Oh, 5. Wow.
My intuition really kicked in. And, it's like, do I take them to the doctor, or do I, is this something serious? So, or knowing when something was troubling them. So intuition played a huge part in that. And then of course, it kind of just lends itself to transfer to your own experience. True. And I'm an information ninja. Ooh. So I was always like reading, always wanting to do something different or better. I've always believed that the body heals itself. Yeah. So there was a lot of trusting in my own body. Like I saw as I experienced things, it didn't always need the intervention of medication or things. Those are great tools to have available. But so I learned to rely on the physical intuition that I had too about my own body. What felt good didn't. So those were some things that helped me kind of kickstart me on this road. And then I left, I got a little disillusioned with nursing. So I decided I was sitting at my desk one day contemplating what to do next. And I had been seeing a massage therapist. And so I think I was 43 or 44. I went back to massage school.
Wow, cool.
And that really kicked in the intuitive sense.
Oh, I can so imagine. Yeah.
Working with Reiki and learning about energy medicine. So those are some things that helped me keep it going.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's really beautiful, because it's really interesting that you said that it really kick-started with your intuition, because that's now that comes up a lot, the intuition, and also it's like going hand in hand. We're obviously placing that trust in that intuition to follow through on it. So it's your intuition which is nudging. So you're picking up on those nudges and feeling those indicators and then trusting them. So that's just really great. Yeah.
And when you start experiencing more that you were correct in those nudges versus times when maybe it wasn't necessarily the most intuitive thing. So I think it's once you do learn to trust yourself, then your intuition is correct more of the time.
Yeah, because it's coming through so crystal clear then at that moment, because it's like, yeah, you're opening up that portal to that trust, and then that intuition is going to say, okay, she's trusting me now, I'm going to send all those messages and all those intuitive nudges. Oh, that's so great. So obviously your intuition led you to trusting yourself and following all these paths and moving out of the medical field and going into massage, and then, you know, actually just taking all this medicine in with the energy work, what you're doing. So how did you feel that you needed to heal yourself on the way at all, or was it kind of like you were more healing other people around you?
You know, it's interesting. Healing to me is very complex.
Mm-hmm.
And I probably wasn't in the line of healing so much myself so much as just evolving.
Yeah.
And making corrections when they needed to be corrected, paying
Yeah.
attention to that inner small voice. I mean, obviously with 5 kids, I didn't have a lot of time to
No.
take time to meditate. It wasn't until they went out on their own and have their own families that I've taken the time
Of
to be able
course.
to go inside and to
Yeah.
really to really entertain like the shadow side, and
Yeah.
to kind of you know, be willing to explore that.
Well, yeah,
So
and get to be Annette, you know. Other times
yes,
you're like your mom, you're the employee, you're the massage therapist, you're the
absolutely.
Reiki therapist. And now it's like, okay, you've got all that behind you, but now it's like, okay, this is Annette time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, so when would you say was kind of like the moment when you thought to yourself, okay, this is who I am, this is me, Annette, and I'm going to stand tall and who I am, and, you know, just be unapologetically me. Was there like a certain point in time where you said, okay, this is now the time it's for me to do this?
Yeah, I think it was back in the early 2000s once my youngest went away to college,
Mm-hmm.
and I started declaring my independence
Yeah.
from. I have a wonderful husband, and yet we still had a lot of beliefs and systems we were following,
Yeah,
and
sure.
you know, but I decided like spiritually to stand up and seek my own journey and not be attached to like the family traditions that we had. So
Yeah,
that was
that's
that was my defining moment.
wow.
And the one because I left Christianity and became Jewish because Jesus is one of my main mentors, and
Brilliant.
so I
That's really
wanted to explore how his world operated, like how what was behind all the miracles. Yes, it is a God thing, but it's also our ability as a human. Like
yes.
we can do those things and more. So I started to explore the Jewish religion, and I found it to be more aligned with my own how I was becoming as a person.
Oh, wow.
So so I got into Jewish mysticism and Kabbalah.
Ooh.
And so a lot of the things that are talked about in the Christian Bible come from that, you know,
Mm-hmm.
come from the Jewish roots.
Mm-hmm.
And so that kind of helped propel me toward embracing a broader spirituality, to get out of a black and white, this is right, this is wrong kind of paradigm. And
Yeah.
it really helped bring my family along, and my acceptance of my kids' choices and lifestyles. And
I
it
guess,
just,
yeah, of course, because you're
it,
opening
it
yourself up for everything then, yeah.
yeah, so it became it was a broader embrace of spirituality, I guess. But it was the defining statement was, what somebody thinks of you is none of your business.
Yes, I like that one. I really like that one. I tell myself that one a lot, and I tell my kids that too, because, you know, when we were little, you know, we always were worried so much about what other people were thinking of us. And I know that's something which I brought, you know, along with me for a very long time. And every now and again, you know, it still comes up and you just like kick it out the door again. So that's
Yeah,
really great that you have that as well, because I can really resonate that. And also that I find it really interesting that you changed your religion, you know, because with spirituality, you don't necessarily need to, you know, it's completely without any dogma, you know, you don't have to have a
right.
religion. You can be an atheist and still, you know, be spiritual. It's all absolutely fine. So it's really interesting that, you know, for you to step into your sovereignty was for you to actually change that, you know, that conditioning from your family and, you know, take a different route down a different religious path. So I find that really inspiring.
Which led to a broad spiritual, you know, like now I don't identify with any religion
Yeah.
as much as just a spiritual being connected. I mean,
Yeah.
I've always had that relationship with God, but to really embrace it, it just brings about a freedom. to allow others to have that path also, and that it is everyone's on their own journey, and just to sit back and observe where they go. So especially in my kids and my clients, it's like there's nothing absolute. It's all, you know, my favorite thing is C.S. Lewis, and when he did his writings, he said the first words when we get to the other side will be, of course.
Yeah.
So there's an understanding. And my series that I do is called Living the Mystery. And it's about embracing the questions of life as much as having the answers.
Oh, wow. And how can people connect to this what you do?
I have, my Facebook group is called Blue Wisdom Adventures. And I have several videos on there where I haven't done any promotion of like Chakradance or anything, because we're kind of in this branding metamorphosis.
Okay.
But I you know, because I do health coaching and that kind of thing, if anybody wants to reach out to me through Facebook or through my Instagram account, I'd be happy to, you know, answer any questions they have. Or
how can they find you on Instagram? What was
it's J.A. Hemminger. Jahemminger. I think you can find me just by searching my name too.
Okay, cool. Because that's really interesting. Yeah. That's really nice, you know, to have that messages. And like how you say C.S. Lewis, I love C.S. Lewis as well. And, you know, I think there's so much like little nuggets of wisdom in some of these authors where you wouldn't expect it maybe so much, you know, and it's just, I really like that. I really do like that.
And I think that's one of the challenges we have adventures we have, is to find those nuggets, like not to just cast somebody aside because maybe their overall message isn't what we would hear or, you know, what we believe, but yet there are nuggets of wisdom within that person. And that's what I look for. To go back and listen with fresh ears. Somebody I might have cast aside, like, you know, maybe a Christian presenter or something that I didn't resonate with their particular message, but then I go back and there's so many things that they say, I'm like, oh wow, it's just a great spiritual principle, you know, to go in and look for that spiritual guidance in a voice that maybe you wouldn't expect it to come from.
Yeah, I do like that. So what advice would you offer our viewers today, you know, on their own personal journey to master themselves?
I think to just take that time to be alone and be comfortable with yourself. If you're already comfortable being alone, great. To have the courage to step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
To accept or embrace the responsibility of personal sovereignty, which means, to me, that means we embrace all parts of ourselves, not the conscious and unconscious and seen and unseen, you know, those parts we like to put behind us or pretend that we're not that. And so that's been kind of my journey the last year or two. And that's why I like Chakradance, because Chakradance allows you to bypass the mind and get into your body and allow the body to express itself without entering the story into the deep emotions and things. It's just a really great modality to, they've actually, it's movement therapy. It's not, they used to say that Chakradance was like yoga's sister, but it's not. It's much deeper. It's based on yoga and psychology. So there's a lot of nuances within the movement and the music. So it's a pretty profound therapy. And then bringing in all the other things, like being able to take people into their Akashic records while they dance.
Oh,
you know,
my goodness, that must be amazing, because it's amazing enough to go in your Akashic records, but to actually do it in Chakradance. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
That's part of what I've been experimenting with. So, you know, I expect to have Chakradance standing alone is powerful enough, but when you bring in your awareness of your spiritual lineage, I think it just can enhance that experience to take everyone into that to make that the container. So that's something I've been toying with, and hopefully I will be developed by fall.
Oh, we look forward to that. I mean, that just
Yeah.
sounds awesome, because I know myself, you know, the Akashic Records is such a place of, it's such a sacred space of amplification. When I like do healing in the space, like if I'm working with Reiki, or, you know, if you just bring, then if you go into the Akash and you bring another modality in, it just,
they're synergistic with each other. Yes. Yeah. And so it's a great space to a great container to be able to bring someone into that. And I will be doing that in groups and also on one-on-one. So as that develops, you know, I will let people know, or they can, you know, keep posted within my group.
Please keep us up to date on that, because that sounds awesome, especially because, you know, even for those who are not local, there's, you know, across the ocean, we want to maybe be involved in this. And if you're going to offer this online, this would be absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
I'm still on like, oh my God, Chakradance in the space of the Akashic Records. It's just like lighting me up completely inside. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that just kind of dropped in on my trip out here.
Yeah, like, no, seriously, wow. It's great. You need to do retreats with it as well. Definitely.
Yeah. And that's
retreats.
And if you go to chakradance.com, you could find a local facilitator if you want to do a live class, because live classes are definitely empowered with the group energy. So I would recommend that. And there are facilitators all over the world. So you just have to, and I know some of the facilitators have translated it into their native language. Oh, cool. I'm pretty sure there are practitioners in Germany.
I would imagine so, yeah.
Definitely Denmark, and some of the Spain, I know Italy. So and France. So they're all over the world. So even if, you know, you want to jump in before I get my online, you know, that would be an option. I think we're all
at the moment, we're like summer. Okay. I think we're all kind of like, for the summer, we're like, woo. So like fall is actually probably perfect, I think. So how does like, do you want to talk us through like how a Chakradance session actually goes?
Sure. Yeah. So Chakradance is started by Natalie Southgate out of Australia. She started it 25 years ago, and it has great support. She's been featured in a lot of magazines. Hay House, Sounds True did a presentation of her modality. So it's been around a long time.
Yeah.
And so the session, basically you start out with meditation. You share a little bit about, you know, if somebody doesn't know what a chakra is, you kind of do like a review of what might happen. There's the movement, the music is key to that particular chakra. So, you know, actually based with ancestors and that tribal Mother Earth, the music is very, very pulsing. And I actually have an online course for the base chakra if anyone would be interested. But anyway, so then you do like a warm up. So you kind of do a stretching and, you know, however your body wants to move. Chakradance is not a scripted movement. It's whatever. I've had people sit in chairs. I've done it in nursing homes and just played the music.
Wow, you've done it in nursing homes. Oh, that's awesome.
I did it with a activities director. We did color therapy, and because of the color part of Chakradance. Yeah. So it is great to be able to move. But also, if you can't, even if you just tap your toes or, you know, do hand movements, it's empowering that way too. So you do a warm up, then depending on the length of the class, there's a dancing segment where you close your eyes. Chakradance is done in a dimly lit room with your eyes closed so nobody can see. You know, people say, you know, dance like nobody's watching. Well, a Chakradance, nobody is watching. Cool. So you kind of, you know, have your own space. And my job as facilitator is to just keep everyone safe and hold the container. So, you know, if people are getting too close to each other, you need to just kind of move them back into their own space. So, and then there is, after that, we do a mandala art. Ooh. So there's an art piece. So you use colored pastels and I use a black circle. And have them you just whatever came through your body, you now transfer from your hand into the mandala and create. And it's really cool because what comes through sometimes isn't for that day. Okay. But if you just kind of put that in a place where you can see it every day, and the next week you may get other you know, indicators from your mandala going, oh, that's what that meant. So it's really cool. So it's a unconscious way of art, I guess, a spontaneous drawing. And you don't have to be an artist.
Aren't you? You're tapping in as well to your connection with spirit as well.
Correct. To your creativeness. so so the mandala art, and then there's a brief sharing. We don't judge or comment on people's experiences. It's just people can share with a word, or if they want to explain what they experienced, they can do that. And then it ends with a meditation.
Wow.
So most classes are about an hour.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how long do they usually go on for? Yeah.
Yeah, a live class is an hour. The cool thing about the online version is you get a 20-minute meditation and a 20-minute movement.
Ooh.
And then you do your own, you kind of have your own mandala artwork.
Yeah.
So you can break it up into segments. You can use the meditation as a daily meditation. The way the components of this online class, I'm just super excited about it, because
Yeah, it sounds
it gives
awesome.
a little bit, it gives a lot more variety of what you can do. So if you're someone, because of your schedule, you only have 20 minutes, you could break it up and do meditation one day, the dance the next. It just you kind of immerse yourself for that week in the music. You can play the music in the background while you're, creating, whether you're working. So there's a lot of really cool components to that I think is just going to bring a Chakradance to a whole new level.
Oh, yes, definitely. It sounds really soothing, and at the same time really empowering, I think it's a great way to start trusting yourself as well, because you're going to really close your eyes and just let your body guide you with the music.
Absolutely. Chakradance does allow you to, like when I did it, I started in 2014. And when I did the course, I actually, by the end of the course, I had started my own business. Like I opened a massage practice. So it really is empowering. And it's not a left brain linear kind of way. It definitely taps into our creativity, and it just allowing your higher self to come through and express what you came here to do, really.
Yeah, that just sounds beautiful. Yeah, that's just so, and that has been around for such a long time. You wouldn't think actually that had been around for like more than 25 years, but it's great that it's all coming back. And then there's wonderful people like you who are bringing it back to our attention and sharing it with us, and also putting your own spin on it, which is going to, integrate in everything that what you've practiced. And obviously as well, with your medical knowledge as well, that's just also an added element for it as well.
And that is the beautiful thing about the freedom they give us as facilitators to personalize it and bring in the soul clients that we're meant to serve.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm kind of speechless now, because I'm just sitting in that energy and thinking that's just going to be really nice. Or that'd be really nice as a retreat, to go away and then really submerge yourself in your chakras. Oh, that'd be nice.
Well, maybe I could come to Germany and do a retreat.
Yeah, come on over. Come on over. I'll take you over to the UK as well. We'll go over the border to France. We'll go for a little tour around Europe. No problem.
That sounds fun.
Put the kids out of school and then we'll just go.
That was one of my first independent actions. Is I took a trip by myself cross country. We have a caravan, as you call them in Europe.
Yeah.
And so I took that, and my dog and I went and did a cross country trip by myself.
Oh, wow.
And I tell you, it was I cried the night before because I was so afraid. Like, I mean, like my body was like, what are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Your ego's coming forward and say, are you insane? What are you doing?
Yeah. And so to kind of come full circle, that was like my emancipation, to be able to do that. And the feeling of freedom I had when I was finished. And then I spent a week alone in the desert by myself in my camper at a campground. It's not like I just went out. I wasn't a nomad. But it was really, it really teaches you a lot about how much you want to be in community. That's one thing that COVID taught me, was how much I liked the alone time, like what an introvert I was. And anyway, so that was just some of the lessons that I've learned in the last couple of years.
We also need that time to be an introvert, even if we're like someone who's an extrovert, like most of the time. We need that balance sometimes to go within and to actually really, connect to ourselves. Because I know myself, I definitely need time on myself. And sometimes it's really, really difficult to have. And if I don't have it, then I know that my nervous system is going to start tripping out because it needs to replenish.
And that's when Chakradance can really help you come back into your body in a short period of time.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to have an hour class once you have the music. And they do, chakradance.com does have some free downloads to experience it if people would like to do that.
Yeah, they should check it all out, and then they should all sign up with you, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, you know, it would be an honor to be in one of your classes. Yeah. Especially because you've got especially if you're going to take them into the, you know, have them in the Akash as well, possibly. I mean, that's just very cool. I'm just a bit of a lover of the Akash, so obviously I'm gonna really hope that one up. Yeah. Oh wow. So how can you personally help others on their journey? So if people want to think, you know, I'm really resonating with what Annette's saying today, you know, you've said way they can reach out to you on Facebook in your group, also on Instagram. Do you have a website as well?
Yeah, it's AnnetteHemminger.com. It's kind of in a under construction, but at least my basic.
We're all under construction the whole time, and that's totally fine.
So, yeah, and that, you know, like I said, I can work one-on-one with people. I can, if I have enough interest, I can create an online group and just, you know, walk people through the process. You know, I mean, in marketing today, marketing is in such a flux, you know. I believe in a collaborative kind of way. So
I understand that.
And, you know, as far as identifying particular pain points that people have, I would say if you're still just questioning what your purpose is, or you just are finding time an issue, Chakradance or even just movement and meditation.
Yeah, I'm thinking that, you know, if you just feel like you want to move, but you're not someone who wants to go out to the gym in yoga or something, it's like not really your calling. Maybe you do have mobility issues, then, you know, this is something, what you're saying, you know, it doesn't matter how mobile you are or how flexible you are, or, you know, it's for everybody.
So I have a free gift pack I can send them for the base chakra. So I think that would be the next step for people.
Yeah.
And then we'll go from there.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
Discover what might work, what process might work for them.
Yeah, no, that's really, really great. No, thank you. So thank you so much for sharing all this beautiful wisdom with us. And I'm already fired up on this chakra dance. It's already calling me in completely, because exactly as it is, you know, finding that time for yourself as well is sometimes really difficult. And then you think, when you've got that small bit of time, it's like, well, you know, I should be really moving my body. I really want to be working. I really want to like maybe tone down and do some meditation, or, you know, I really want to connect to myself, but, you know, how can I kind of do that all in one? Well, that's kind of giving you the opportunity to actually compress all that. And, you know, you're going to be tuning out when you're doing your chakra dance, I'm sure. And it's moving your body at the same time, and you're having me time. So
yeah.
Sounds like a winner, if you ask me. Definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, thank you so much for joining us today for a cuppa, and we'd love to have you on again. And definitely send me anything that's coming up with you on your world. Let me know what's going on, because I'm sure there's people out there who would love to find out more about this chakra dance and maybe other modalities that you do as well. So so thank you, everyone, and thank you, and have a lovely day, or whether it's morning, afternoon, or even wherever you are in the world. And we're sending you lots of love from our hearts to yours, and it's thundering outside here, so you're probably hearing that. So take care, and we will catch you with a cuppa very, very soon.